Hey everyone, it's Jack from contender.com back again with another news update. 5 stars, that's 10. 5 stars have been awarded by Dave Meltzer to a WWE match for the first time since 2011. That's right, Dave Meltzer has awarded the maximum, or what was previously the maximum before Omega and Okada, but what is generally regarded as the maximum amount of stars to the NXT TakeOver Philadelphia title match between Johnny Gargano and the champion Andrade Cien Almas. And if you watched it, you'll know it was a breathtaking match. Even before the ratings came out, all week, everyone online's been saying, you know, Meltzer better give this 5 stars. He's not going to give it 5 stars. He never gives WWE matches 5 stars. It's going to be, if this was in New Japan, it would go 5 stars, but it's not going to. But he did. I obviously agree with Meltzer himself when I say that it's just one man's opinion. You can't really get too angry about his ratings because it's just his opinion. He freely admits that. But at the same time, they are an important barometer of quality in today's, wrestling landscape. And I think this match was fully deserving of the accolade that it'll get from these ratings. It was just brilliant. I won't spoil the result if you want to go and watch it if you haven't somehow seen it or heard the result already. And even if you do know the result, go and watch it anyway because it's just so good. It's so good. Not just the moves, the storytelling, the emotion, the aftermath, everything was wonderful. So definitely check that out if you haven't already. As mentioned, it is the first WWE 5-star match, or the first match under a WWE banner to be awarded 5 stars since CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank 2011. So the first time in over 6 years, nearly 7 years. It's pretty damn good. In other news, again from The Observer, key figures have apparently begun to sour on the mixed match challenge after, viewing figures have dropped week on week. Meltzer said that apparently people backstage at WWE are very unhappy with how the show is being received, and he particularly singled out the second week for criticism, although he said that this week's show between, Becky Lynch, Sami Zayn and the team of Bliss and Strowman was better. It was an improvement, but he said that people are still seeing it as nothing more than kind of a fun little gimmick, a sideshow, and it's not really being taken as seriously as WWE would have hoped. Now, this isn't very good news at all for WWE because it was their big new thing, wasn't it? It was their big new venture, the Mixed Match Challenge. Not only was it them branching into mixed wrestling again, but it was also their link to Facebook Watch and this new platform where you could find some wrestling content. And if it does continue to lose momentum and people backstage continue to lose support for it, I guess it's probably not going to be brought back after its initial run, which would be very disappointing for WWE, particularly how strongly they've advertised and hyped it as well. You obviously had Kurt Angle and Daniel Bryan, the 2 general managers of Raw and SmackDown, making, revealing who was going to be there, giving the fans options to vote for people. It was all very interactive and very in your face, and I guess they're just losing a little bit of steam and confidence in it. And finally, there is a new #1 contender for the WWE United Kingdom Championship, currently held by the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne, and that man is Roderick Strong. Strong defeated Tyler Bate on last night's edition of NXT, and you might be thinking, hang on, how can he be the #1 contender? He's not British, but I'm sure, as many of you know, you don't have to be from the UK to challenge for the title. I think we've previously seen Johnny Gargano, Big Match John, as I'm now going to call him. Johnny Gargano challenged for the title against Pete Dunne, and he was unsuccessful. So it seems like the title's open to everyone, just as the old European Championship was open to all potential champions, regardless of whether or not you were actually from Europe. Dunne has, of course, held the title since winning it from Tyler Bate at NXT TakeOver Chicago in the last NXT match, ironically, that everyone said should be given 5 stars by Dave Meltzer. It was a 2017 Match of the Year contender, but sadly Meltzer didn't give it 5 stars, even though personally I thought it probably did deserve it. But Pete Dunne is still the champion, and I think if this title defense takes place pretty soon, like around the time of WrestleMania, he'll have held the title for almost a year. Although the fact that, a new #1 contender has been established so quickly makes me suspect that the title match will take place a little bit quicker instead. Thanks for watching this quick news video. I've been Jack from contender.com, and you can follow me on Twitter here. If you enjoy what we do, you can support us on Patreon at patreon.com/cultaholic. And most importantly of all, do not forget to subscribe and to join us.